Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Solo Leveling Episode 7 or 19 of Season 2. And still a fun episode now that Jinwoo doesn't have to hide anything anymore now. Because now he is now being reevaluated. Now he has a card now that he's now S ranked now. And there's the fact that, the other corporate guys, the former S hunters, right? That, they're sitting there, they're sitting there looking so stunned that the one with the, well, both of them have red hair, but the one with more spiky, I forget what the guy's name though, but he goes to realize it's just like how, oh my god, he's become like more stronger than me. Or the fact that when he wanted to avoid the press and the guy and Jinwoo just like quicksilvered, just quicksilver with the blink of an eye, and the guy's like, I didn't even see him. So the fact that they're all shocked on just how they see how powerful it is, because now that and it even shows him his shadow army. I'm like, you can summon all of these, and then he's like, well, I could summon 100 more though, but since we're in a confined space though, right? They're in a confined space, so he's like, well, I could summon 100 more, of my shadow army. I just like the fact that he uses, just. I thought with the whole trolling of the house, just like, showing off, like, he has a whole shadow army and he can summon 100 more, or the fact that he just Quicksilver out of there, just like with to avoid the press, and the guy's like, I didn't even see him, This guy's become more stronger than me. Even the other guy is like, I thought that was great, just showing just like how he just basically put these other S hunters to shame, in his abilities, I just thought that was great. But now that he has this card, and now, of course, like, the press are seeing him now. Hey, he's now the 10th S-ranked hunter now. And even his sister is like, because she's at school and her friend's seeing it on the phone, right? It's like, your brother's on TV. He's an S hunter. He's like, no way, what? and also, we got some more good effects, like, okay, like, now that he knows he wants to go back to that castle dungeon, right? That he only reached like at level 75, right? Well, before that though, he'll be saying like, I'm gonna be going out to his sisters, like, I'm gonna be going out again for a week, and of course his little brother Jinho, which we said he basically adopted him as his little brother, which we get a whole thing with him with Jinho. That's his name, so got his name again. So he said he wants to give up what he's doing with his father, and go follow Jinwoo. Well, then we hear that shortly afterwards, his father has now been he collapses and he's in the hospital because I think it was like lack of how did the magical ability go? Yeah, sorry, I was looking at how did it happen with his how he ended the hospital. Like, I think I'm theorized because what got me thinking that I think what happened with Jinwoo's dad is basically he's going to have the same sickness, the same disease like Jinwoo's mother was. I think it was like eternal slumber or something like that. It was called eternal slumber. I think that's going to be the case. What's going to happen with Jinho's dad, because which is going to create more drama, because we know that with Jinwoo is looking for the elixir of life, right? The elixir for he's going from that dungeon, because he has 2/3 of the pieces, right? Well, the question is though, because this disease is supposed to be incurable. So if they find out that if Jinwoo's mom all of a sudden wakes up, from an incurable disease, they're probably going the people behind the scenes want to get their hands on it, But the thing is, if it's a one thing, so what's gonna happen with Jinho's dad? If he falls into the same curable disease that like Jinwoo's mother was. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna create a lot of drama before that, So they got me wondering about that though. So I think pretty sure he's gonna end up in the same position as Jinwoo's mom is, eternal slumber, incurable disease, So I bet that's what's gonna happen with him. So, but anyway, and then I like with Jinwoo that he's kind of like in a way coming doing a sort of more Batman type, right? Like, okay, when he's going away, he takes one of his shadow soldiers, well, one of the orcs, shadow orcs, and he tells one of them to watch over his sister. I'm like, okay. I thought this soul leveling with this special I was taking a little more. It's more leveling up with the whole with Jinwoo's character. Now he's going to use one of his shadow army members, in case one of the orcs, to watch over his sister. Okay. I do like that though, because I guess he still cares about his sister, cares about his family. So yeah, he orders one of his shadow army orcs to watch over his sister. I thought that was kind of a cool thing. And I like the fact that he's just sitting on one of the top of the buildings, and I like how the fact that he's ordered more of his shadow army to scout out the cities, like it's Batman, how he's looking for, scouting out for criminals of Gotham, and I thought that was like kind of a cool thing, like how he's just being a little more Batmanish type of way, having someone watch over his sister, and then now just scouting over the city, watching over the city, and so afterwards, he goes to after the whole press, because there's this guy also, like I think he's supposed to be like an actor or something, right? And he's undergoing like a lot of scandals and stuff, right? So he's using this media, being a hunter, to cover up, right? And I like the fact that he just got he was satisfied that he just got upstaged by Jinwoo, because now that he's been called as the 10th S-rank hunter, all the press has just got to divert their attention to him, and basically just upstaging this guy here. I'm like, I had to laugh like that, because that was very funny. It's like, hey, where you going? And so afterwards, he goes to a weapons shop because he wants to get some new things, right? And like a cloak that to help, it's heat resistant, and I like the fact that also hey, the guy who was one who was selling the stuff to him is like, hey, why don't you try breaking the glass? It's supposed to be like a magical barrier glass, right? If you break it, the weapon's free, right? And he starts to do it, and he's seeing how powerful it is. Like, oh no, wait, I was just joking. I took it too far, I was just joking. And he did see they ended up seeing a little scratch on the glass case. And you see how expensive these weapons are, because different from how he wanted to sell some of the stuff, And so when he does go back into the dungeon, he's on level 76 now. I like the fact that he's not full on straight on clearing these dungeons out, these floors faster than he did the last time. I like the fact that he's setting out his shadow army in groups, to scout the places, and then he sees this one giant demon, and he has the former leader of those orcs gives him this artifact, and he just blasts that giant to smithereens to ash, and it's like, well, okay, maybe I'll save this till for emergency, basically. And he sees some of his squads are being taken out by these demon knights, which I say especially basically the leader is cool looking design of this demon knight, and he takes the rest of them out except for the leader, and so I guess the demon knight is how powerful this guy is. He starts backing away, from him. And then that's when it ends, though. But it's been a very fun episode, though. Regardless of that, but it's been it's been fun because I'm enjoying. Now I would say I'll put this at the same level as the last episode was. Because I kept saying each one is getting better and better, though. But I think I put 19 on the same level as episode 18. And all the fact more with Jinho's father, I said I think he's gonna fall into the same elements that Jinwoo's mother is, and which that leads into the question about the whole elixir. Is it only just for one person, or is it can it be more than enough, you know? And if there is, I guess I'm sure some people want to get their hands on this elixir, you know, and that's going to create more drama, though. But I'm for sure he's going to be in the same. He's gonna fall into the same incurable disease like Jinwoo's mother is for Jinho's father. And then the whole thing with, you know, how Jinwoo, you know, is like, oh, you know, just doing a little Batman stuff, you know, like he's scouting the cities with his with his shadow army, just looking around to the skit, sending him out to scout the cities, or hey, being the big brother, caring about his sister, since he has one of his shadow orcs to watch over her. And the whole thing with the press, you know, just like he just upstaged that jackwad off, you know, because like, oh, he's getting a little attention, because of these controversies he has, though. But oh, Jinwoo, he's now promoted to S-Rank Hunter, the 10th one to be awakened as an S-Rank Hunter. Oh, press goes to him. And just him just showing off his abilities to the other former S-Hunters. And it was like, oh. It's like, especially the other one is like, well, he's become more stronger than I am. And they say like, oh, he's continuing to get stronger, because he said before, it was supposed to be like a few days ago, where he's like, well, he's gotten stronger, even more stronger than the last time I saw him. It was kind of, which said it was kind of like more like a few days ago, right, when he was in that mine and all that stuff. And so he's just flexing, you know, it's like, oh, how powerful it is. Oh, I have my shadow army here. Oh, well, we're in a confined spot, though. I could have at least summoned 100 more, though. And it shows just how he just really just got out of there, away from the press, and the guy's like, oh, I didn't even see him, you know? They're just in shock on just how powerful he has become, you know? That was all that great, you know? So Solo Leveling, it's just been just like, you know, it keeps on, the level of this show, it keeps on going up and up, you know? And just like, it's been such an awesome show, like I said. I think it's all that says. This is becoming like better than the first season. Oh, by the way, like as people are watching on the news, like the people who have met Jinwoo, you know, they're watching on the news how he's becoming an S-Ray Hunter. Oh, we did finally see, for a brief moment, we see his colleague, the girl from the first season, who was so traumatized, you know, and she's still at home, you know. I said before, wait, she's still at home, still living in fear. For a brief second, she's at home watching him on TV, smiling though. I guess the smile of the fact that she knows that he's become so much stronger than he was before, you know, and so. But I was like, okay, she's still at home. I guess what? How long is this gonna be for her? Well, you can't just shake off trauma that easy though. But still, but it was like, how long has it been? So, but yeah. Well, at least we got to see her for like 5 seconds. But episode 19 or episode 7 of season 2 Solo Leveling has been rock solid. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more movie reviews, and we'll see you next time. Later.